Hola lovelies, welcome to another interesting video and promise. And in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to draft this beautiful dress. And if you are coming across my channel for the first time, welcome to my channel. Let's cut. And in this channel I post pattern drafting videos, sewing tutorials and videos around the sewing it. And if you're a beginner, like you want to start learning how to sew, this channel is for you. And if you know how to sew and you don't know how to cut, because I've heard a lot of people say that I can sew a clothes but I can't cut it, this channel is also for you. You are at the right place and at the right time. So let's dive into the video. So these are the measurements to be using to cut this dress. So I folded my pattern paper into two. I'll just mark a straight line of my paper to serve as my starting line. Now I'll be taking up my horizontal measurement from my shoulder to my bust, which is 10 inches. From my shoulder to my waist, which is 15 inches. My shoulder to my hip, 24. The full length of the gown plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 38 inches. Let's go ahead and make all this point a straight line. After I'm done making it a straight line, I'll just label the lines: my shoulder line, my bust point, my waistline, the hip line, and the full length. So on the shoulder line, I'll impute my shoulder measurement divided by 2, that's 7 inches. I'll mark it, and at that point I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So from that 1 inch point, I'll go down by 7 inches for my armhole length. I'll make it a straight line and label it my armhole. Then I'll use my ruler to extend my shoulder to meet the armhole line. The neck width for this front piece is 3 inches and the initial neck depth is also 3 inches. So I'll just mark it and use my free hand to make my neck curve. And I'll use my ruler to slant my shoulder. We'll be making use of 6 inches for the neck depth of this dress. I will mark it and make it a straight line and label it my neckline. Lower neck width for this dress is 4 inches. So you can go ahead and use what you can work with, that 5, 6, depending on how wide you want it. I'll just mark it and use my ruler to extend to meet that 3 inches neck depth, the initial neck depth which I marked. Just the way I'm doing it, guys. So after that, I'll be imputing on my round bodice measurement, my round bust on my armhole line divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then I'll use my free hand to make my armhole curve. So on my waistline, I'll impute my round waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. On the hip line also, I'll impute my round hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. So what I have on my hip line, I'll measure it and I'll impute it on the full length also. Now I'll use my ruler to join all these points from the bust to the waist, from the waist to the hip, and from the hip to the full length. So on the full length line, you go out by 2 inches. Then you just use your ruler to join, to slant from that point to meet the hip line. So you just blend the joint to avoid it from being too pointy. So from that point, you just go up by 1 inch, then you blend to meet the full length line, just the way I'm doing it. To get the dart for this dress, we'll divide our nipple to nipple measurement by 2. Mine is 7 divided by 2, that is 3.5. I'll mark it on my bust line, mark it also on the neckline, and I'll mark it also on the waistline. So from the waistline, I'll go down by 5 inches. And at that point, I'll mark my 3.5 also. Then I'll use my ruler to join these points in a straight line. So after that, on my waistline, I'll take 1 inch on both sides. And I'll slant with my ruler to meet the 5 inches point which I've taken below my waistline. I also slant upward to meet my bust point, just the way I'm doing it, guys. So on my neckline, I'll take 1/2 inch on both sides. Then I also use my ruler to slant to meet the bust point also. So just use your free hand to blend that bust point so it won't be too pointy. So on the waistline, I'll just go ahead and replace the dart in which you have taken the 2 inches dart. So I'll mark it out of the initial measurement and I'll use my ruler to extend it to meet the armhole. We'll be cutting open from the waistline, so we'll not be replacing any 2 inches dart in the lower part of the gown because we'll be making a slash and spread method in the lower part of the gown. I just label the first part, the second part, and the third part of this gown. I label it my front piece, and I use my scissors to cut it out. So this is all for the cutting of the front piece of this dress. So this is why I labeled it in 3 parts, because the dress is going to, front piece is going to be cut in 3 parts. The upper part is the yoke, second part is the bustier, and the lower part is just like the skirt of the dress. So for the lower part, which is the third part, I'll be extending my 3.5 inches dart to meet the end of to meet the full length or the end, and I use my scissors to cut it open. So I won't be cutting it up totally, I'll leave about 1 inch up. So for the slash and spread method, you can go ahead and place it on your fabric directly and cut it wide open, but for this tutorial I'll be illustrating how to do it. So just place a piece of paper below and measure how wide you want your spread to be open, 3-5 inches, it depends on how wide you want it to be. Then you tape it down. So after that, you do the same thing also for the second part, and this is all for the front piece. So this takes us to the drafting of the back piece. So I've input my zipper allowance, which is 2 inches, and I've taken out my horizontal measurement just like I did in the front piece, from my shoulder to my waistline to the hip and to the full length. Then I input my shoulder divided by 2. Then from that point I went down by 1 inch and 7 inches for my armhole length. So the neck width for this back piece is 3 inches and the neck depth is 1 inches. So that is my free hand to make my neck off. My measurement to be taken from that 2 inches zipper allowance line. So I use my ruler to slant my shoulder. The armhole line, I put my arm bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then on my waistline, my hand waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then on the hip line, my round hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. What I have on the hip line, I'll measure it all, put it also on the full length. Then I'll extend my shoulder to meet my armhole line. Then I'll use my free hand to make my armhole curve. After that, I'll use my ruler to join the point from my bust to meet the waistline, from the waist to meet the hip, and from the hip to meet the full length. On the full length, I'll go out by 2 inches. Now I'll extend it with my ruler to meet the hip line, the hip point. Then from the full length, I'll go up by 1 inch. Then I'll use my free hand to blend it to meet the full length. I'll extend my armhole to meet the center, but then I'll input my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 3.5. I'll mark it on the waistline, on the armhole line. Then from the waistline, I'll go down by 5 inches and mark 3.5 also on that point. Now join the points in a straight line. Then on the waistline, I'll take 1 inch at both sides. Now use my ruler to slant to meet the armhole line. And I'll slant below to meet the 5 inches I'll measure below my waist. So on the waistline, I'll replace the 2 inches that we have taken on the waistline. I'll just use my ruler to align it to meet the armhole. And this is all for the drafting of the back piece. I'll just label it the upper part number 1 and the lower part number 2. And label with the back piece. So I'll be cutting it out. For the lower part of this back piece, you just extend the 3.5 inch dart to the lower part, to the end of the dress. Then you cut it open and we do the procedure of the slash and spread method I explained or I illustrated in the front piece. Just cut it open and leave about 1 inch at the top. So just redo the procedure I explained or I illustrated at the front piece. So I'll be illustrating how to go about the collar of this dress. So after closing your zipper allowance for the back, you open it up, then you place the front piece
After you have sewn the front piece, you place the front piece directly on the back piece, right side facing each other on your fabric. Then you join the shoulders. After that, you measure what you have in your round neck. Then whatever you get, will be using to cut the collar for this dress. So after measuring the round neck, let's assume we got 12 inches. So we'll be using 12 inches to cut the collar for this dress. So the paper is folded into two. We'll divide the 12 inches by 2, that's 6 inches. Then the 6 inches by 2, that's 3 inches. We'll mark it. Then from that 6 inches, we'll go up by half an inch. Then we'll join the point to meet that 3 inches point which we have marked. So the width of this collar will make use of 1 inch. So we'll mark 1 inch round. Then I'll use my free hand on my ruler to join the points together. So at that point, I'll just curve it to avoid it from being too pointy. Then I'll cut it out. This is all for the collar. You can go ahead and add your frills or your gathers to the top, just like the one on the picture. You'll be needing 2 pieces of this collar for the dress. So for the sleeve of this dress, I'll just be doing a quick illustration. So let's make use of 8 inches for the length of the sleeve. Then the bicep line, we'll make use of 5 inches. Just make it a straight line. Then I'll impute my round bicep line, which is 12 divided by 2, that's 6 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. Now I'll label with my bicep line. I'll just extend the bicep to meet it down, since we're adding an elastic to the lower part of the sleeve. So I'll extend the bicep line to meet the top of the sleeve and use my free hand to make like a sleeve curve, something like that. After cutting it, make sure to measure it to know whether it will fit perfectly to your armor. So this brings us to the end of the drafting of this beautiful dress. If you have stayed to this time, thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I know this tutorial has been an interesting one. So please like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in my next one. Bye bye.